Computer hackers could potentially shut down our transportation systems and power grids. They could even shut down the 911 system. Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Laurel Hess and this is Comcast Newsmakers. Joining me now is the Chief Security Officer for the state of Michigan, Rajiv Das. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Those sound like all terrible potential scenarios, something that I know you would call a cyber emergency. But in the last few years have organized a group of volunteers, the Michigan Cyber Civilian Corps, to help prevent or deal with something along those lines if it were ever to happen.
Yeah, I mean, a few years ago, nobody could imagine that these things will happen. But based on the recent happenings, this may become a real thing. So what we have done at State of Michigan is to form a voluntary, you can call them voluntary firefighters, Michigan Civilian Cyber Corps. And with our governor's vision, Governor Snyder thought about that a few years back. We have formed a group of, at this point, we have 42 people there, which they represent different geographical regions for state of Michigan. They represent different industry and bring in different skill set to fight these kind of events in case they happen.
So you have a group of about 45 or so folks throughout the state who are on call, if you will, in case there was some type of a cyber emergency. Do they have to, how do you decide who you're going to recruit? Do they have to go through any type of training, that type of thing?
Yes, so we have a very strict screening process. We do background checks. We want to make sure they have right certification and skill set. And they apply for these positions, and then we recruit them after they pass through those. We have approximately 42 to 45 people. Our goal is to grow to 60 at this point. And yes, they are represented all over state and represent different industry, public and private both.
And then what kind of training or ongoing awareness are they given, or do they work together at any certain point?
Yeah, so based on their skills areas such as network security, fighting intrusion issues, we provide them cutting edge technology training. So we form those training courses throughout the year. We take them through, and we also do some tabletop exercises, basically simulating these events and working out how we will respond in case this happens. So it's a constant state of preparedness. Yeah.
So if there were some type of a cyber emergency here in our state, they would be dispatched to not only help the government agencies, the actual 911 system or the power grid folks who are on the ground trying to repair those issues, but they would also help maybe others affected if there were hospitals, police stations, even local small businesses?
Yeah, our goal is, most of the large corporate organizations have a cybersecurity division, which will help them. But then between state government, between corporate organizations, there are a lot of small and medium businesses who do not have a regular cybersecurity corps. So this group is going to go and help them get back to the business, basically take care of those situations.
It's really kind of scary if you think about it, how all of our lives and everything we do in our lives is so tech driven.
Absolutely.
If from our waste pickup to our more important things, right, 911 and power, everything we do depends somewhere on the computers functioning correctly.
Yeah, and more to come. I'm sure you have heard Internet of Things, so more to come. So it's all connected. And if you have vulnerabilities in one system, it can propagate through other system very quickly. So yes, it's if you think about bad situations, it's really scary. But having prepared for these kind of situations will help us.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
For more information on today's topic, you can visit micybercorps.org. You can check out more newsmakers at comcastnewsmakers.com. Today's Comcast Newsmaker was Rajiv Das, the Michigan Chief Security Officer.